Okay, so here's the second video. So again, I would do understory hydrangeas that bloom every year in here. Same thing over there. Okay, that's a bigger stretch. That's about almost 32 feet of linear feet over there in regards to filling the gap. And that would be, again, a double layer. So perhaps taller hydrangeas against the fence and then colorful perennials in the front. Okay, so there's another understory in here, another 20 feet of understory. Perennials that like the shade. I think the peonies in here are fine. I remove the one dead rhododendron that's half dead right there in the back and potentially transplant those 3 PJM rhododendrons back along here against the fence. I think that makes sense. And then you have, again, another 25 feet of understory plantings in here that to beautify this area as far as shade perennials through here. And the same thing, another 25 feet through here of understory shade perennials. Now take out the daylilies because there's no sunlight in here. Maybe relocate those elsewhere. There's about 9 of those in there to transplant. And then again, another little spot, 20 feet long. Depends on how far you want to go down. But you could just do hostas through here and that'd be really pretty. So call it 35 feet of hostas running through here. Those do well in the dense shade. That area we talked about leaving alone under the weeping willow tree. Potentially putting a rubber edging around the play set and then making the area a little bit bigger for the kids to play in. So that's another idea. I would transplant the one lilac, dwarf Korean lilac. You got one of those about 3 feet by 3 feet. Remove the one large leaf rhododendron that looks like an eyesore. Remove that. And then rethink about the plantings in here. And that's about 30 linear feet going through here. And again, double layer in this area. Here, because of lack of sunlight, the hollies don't look very dense. So you could do boxwood stretching across here. Only thing to think about is when the generator turns on, because it usually does like a weekly maintenance turn on, turn it off. You gotta make sure we have something back there to block the exhaust from going on the new boxwood, because that will kill the boxwood. So you have another 25 feet of boxwood screening if you decide to go that route. This is what I was talking about in regards to just everything being trimmed in a circle. That's not the proper way to do it. They should be using hedge clippers to trip this, like big scissors essentially. They'll look much better. These are all knockout roses, but these haven't been deadheaded properly. That's why you don't have any color on these. And the month, you need monthly gardening. Some people even do it every 2 weeks. If they really want to have high expectations, you do it every 2 weeks. You have 3 Dragon Lady hollies and 3 Steeds hollies. The shorter ones are Steeds hollies. The taller ones are Dragon Lady hollies, which I think are fine for this area. Wisteria looks healthy. We talked about adding color with annuals for the 4 pots up in the top here. You could probably add, oh, it looks like you've got the spaghetti tubing in there already, which is, you got irrigation in there already. But then I would say these 2 pots here, you could add color, and you might need to add spaghetti tubing, which is the irrigation for those 2 pots inside here. All the masonry needs to be acid washed. That's the white streaks. That's the lime separating from the cement. So everything needs to be acid washed. Looks like I would power wash all the hard surfaces too for the patios. That's why you got some discoloration. If you power wash that, that will look much better. And then potentially get a few more of these planters and put those along these walls to soften these walls with maybe some taller ornamental grasses and then some annuals around them as well. Might be a good idea. I'm not so hot about the idea of leaving these vines. I don't think those look very good. So I'd probably repurpose these and put annuals for color and place those strategically in front of these walls. And I think that would look a lot better. Okay. I would also prune, if you're gonna be here pruning, if you're gonna get back here pruning, you might as well prune a lot of what you have. So I'd prune the maple tree, at least this side of the maple tree, the crabapple and the bloodgood. I'd prune those when you're back here as well. And then I would prune the hemlocks over here. Those, was there 3 or 4 hemlock trees? All right, so that's all maintenance. And I'd prune these 2 crab apples, 1, 2. You can see how much growth they put on. These should really be trimmed every year to make them look really beautiful. Okay. So from a landscape enhancement video perspective, those 2 videos pretty much summarize it. I'm going to take one more video just talking about the lawn health.